I want to show you guys my invention here to keep my bedding drier. So you'll notice that this automatic water is up off the ground, the bedding, and I have a piece of a bucket, a 5-gallon bucket underneath here, and that bucket is 4 inches tall. So that is 4 inches off the, well, probably like 6, but the bedding raises it up. So my problem here is, unlike most people, I live stream my stuff. And you guys are probably watching me right now. And the appearance is everybody assumes that ducks need water all the time. And if they don't have water, the world is coming to an end. So to keep appearances up and keep my ducks healthy, I have a auto waterer. The problem with auto waterers and ducks is that they dabble all the time. So when they dabble all the time, you get wet bedding. Very wet bedding, very fast. And with ducks this size, that bedding only lasts about 2 to 3 days. Not even that. I'll change it, and the next day it's looking like this. So this bedding is almost 3 days old now, and yeah, I'm gonna stick my finger in this bedding here, but you can see it has, you know, like normal duck bedding, a nasty crust on top. But underneath, over by the water, it is still dry. I'm impressed. So raising that water off the ground 4-5 inches, something like that, and putting a 4-inch bowl underneath, it catches the water that they dabble. And you'll notice there's like crap running down the front of the bowl there. And you can see that in the bowl it's a little damp. So my water catcher is self-emptying too, even though it has no holes or mechanisms to self-empty. And that's because the ducks stick their head down in there and dabble that water too. And because that's 4 inches, they can't dabble out. Now the way ducks dabble, or the problem here is, imagine their bill is my fingers. Okay, so they stick their beaks in that water and they dabble, but near the back of my knuckle there is where the water squirts out, right? So they go like this and the water's squirting out the back of their bill. And when that happens, it squirts out of the side of the bowl into the bedding. And makes your bedding very wet. So what I thought to myself here is we'll put a bowl underneath the bowl and capture what dribbles down the side, and it is working very well. You know, this bedding, as I said, it's 3 days old. I can probably come in here and just kind of turn it over with the cat litter scooper that I have and get another maybe 5 or 6 days out of it before this crust gets too thick. And that crust is, you know, used food and, you know, dookie. So, and they just ate too. I just fed them, and my ducks are noticeably drier as well. You'll see that they're missing a lot of feathers on their back, and that's because they're picking on each other. They get food on each other's back and they pick, and they try to rip that food off, and they also rip feathers off. So I figure if they stay drier and not have food on them, everything will be more sanitary and cleaner. So I've done this in this bin and the bin over there for those guys, you can see. And both of them have very dry litter after 3 days. I'll give myself a pat on the back for that one. But I'll try not to, you know, break my arm while I'm doing it. So, yeah. Good invention, I guess. I don't know. That was disgusting. One of those ducks over there just took a crap, and it sounded like someone disgusting diarrhea. It was really gross. But yeah. Anyway, and you know, you might also see this heat lamp here and be thinking, well, the heat lamp's drying it out, right? No, it isn't. Really, it isn't. I promise. You know, because over here where the heat lamp isn't, you'll notice it's crusty over here too. See that? And the bottom's still dry. This makes me exceedingly happy. Anyway, So these are made by a company called Bergan, Bergan. This is a, I think it's 1/2 inch, or maybe 5/8. Might be 1/2 inch. I think it's 1/2 inch to 1/4 PEX LLDPE tubing. And this stuff connects to your water line. It's the same stuff that you use on your refrigerator. And it has a little float valve in there that floats up and down to release water into the bowl. So, you know, if you want to do this for your duck bins or whatever. Yeah, you might be asking too, how do the small ducks get to it? Well, the answer to that is I'll lower it and put a different pan underneath there, right? Yeah, makes sense, I guess. Anyway, I'll see you guys.